What is going on, guys? It's the Fox Den. Hope you're having an awesome day. In today's video tutorial, we're going to be jailbreaking the PS5 on firmware 5.50. Now, if you're wondering, if you're asking yourself, should I go ahead and update my system? I would say just hold off for right now, because you can always update, but you can't downgrade. Always keep that in mind. I own 3 PS5s. So one's on 4.50, the other one's on 5.50, and the other one's on 8.x. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to what firmware on, just in case you don't know. So you want to go to settings, go over and head over to system. Then you want to press console information and see where it says 21.01-05.50. That's your firmware. So you want to always count over 1, 2, where the dot is, I would count that as 3, then 4, 5, then where the dash is 6. Always count those first digits as 0. Then your firmware starts at 5.50, and you don't have to worry about the rest. So we're going to go ahead and I'll show you how to jailbreak it. First things first, we're going to have to go do some stuff so you accidentally don't update the system. So I'm going to go over that with you. So you always want to make sure that you do these settings, otherwise the system's going to accidentally update, then you're going to lose everything. What we're going to do is we're going to block some updates so the system can't accidentally update. So what I want you to do is go into settings, then I want you to go into system. Then what I want you to do is go into system, software, updates, and settings. Make sure that all these boxes are turned off to the left hand side so it doesn't accidentally update anything. We don't want this to update anything at all, so go ahead and do that. Okay, after all that's done, now we're going to connect to the internet. So very important you make sure you get this done. So we're going to go over and head over to the network settings, and we're going to connect to the internet. Go ahead and press the back button. Then we're going to go to network. Now what I'm going to do is using the DNS server to block the Sony's connection does not work on my ISP, so I'm not going to bother covering that. As long as you're careful and you don't click update any game updates or update any system software, you'll be fine. You just can't button mash the X button when you see boxes. You have to be very, very careful when you do this, otherwise you'll accidentally update. Just giving you the heads up before we connect to the internet. Go ahead and press X. We're going to connect to the internet. So we're going to go to settings. I had this disabled, it's my old system. So go to settings. Then you want to make sure the box is checked where it says connect to internet connection. And now we're going to go click set up the internet connection. And you want to connect to your wireless network. I'll show you how to get connected to the internet in case you don't know how to get connected. What you want to do is you want to press your network connection. You want to go ahead and put your password in. Go ahead and press R2 for done. Press X, and that's going to load the connection. Okay, and we're connected to the internet. As you can see, if you get any type of pending updates, go ahead and delete them. What we're going to do is we're going to try to block Sony servers. If you're not sure if the servers are blocked or not, what you want to do is you want to go to network. Then you're going to go to your connection status. I'm having a hard time with my internet. That's why I'm using my phone again. If you've been following the channel, you know I have bad internet. So what you want to do is see if we're blocking Sony servers or not. What you want to do is you want to go into system, then console information. As you can see, it says update available. That means the server is not being blocked. So we're going to go ahead and try to block it, see if it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It all depends on your ISP provider. We're going to want to head into our network. So back out one more time, and we're going to go into network up here. Then where it says settings, hold on a second, sorry. Okay, click on settings, then go to set up internet connection. Then you want to press the 3 little dashes on your controller, and that's going to get you into this menu here. Click advanced settings. Then where it says DNS, we're going to change this to manual. So you want to click on the primary DNS, and I'll show you on screen what the numbers are. That's the number you want to add in, so go ahead and add that number, then press R2 for done, and we're going to see if it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It all depends on your internet provider. So go ahead and press OK. And it's going to do a test to see if it works. Most of the time it doesn't work for me. It might work this time, it might not. I don't know. Okay, so it looks like it is working and it is blocking the servers. So that's good. So take note of that. If it doesn't work for you, it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with your service provider. For instance, with Comcast, it doesn't work on Comcast, but when I'm tethering internet through my phone, it works. So you can always try either using your phone's internet or you can try using your internet Wi-Fi at home. So that's good. We blocked it. Okay, we're going to check to make sure that it is blocking Sony's network. So you just want to go back on here. Then what you want to do is you want to go into settings. Then you want to go into system. Then you want to go to console information. And as you can see where it flashed for a second, before it said update available. Now it doesn't say update available. So now we're 100% safe and we're blocking Sony's network. So that's A-OK. So let's continue with the guide. Okay, so if your DNS number worked and you're able to block Sony's network, we can access the jailbreak via the user's guide. And if that doesn't work, stick around towards the end of the video and I will show you the steps on how to use the user guide to access the internet connection through jumping back and forth. It's like a back door to access a web browser. I don't need to do that at this point, but I promise you I'm going to show you how to do that. So just stick around towards the end of the video and I'll show you how to do that. I don't want to have to cut everything and fix everything in the video. So what you want to do is you want to go to settings. You want to go to user guide. Then you want to click on the user guide. And by us putting that DNS number in, it changes the user guide directory to now where we can have this now. Okay, for the jailbreak, we're going to choose UMTX2. This is my first time running it. I've never used this one before. I heard it's very stable and it works much better than the other versions. So go ahead and press X on that. Now, see where it says downloading cache? Don't press the jailbreak button yet. It has to download the cache to the system. Otherwise, you're going to crash the system. So you just want to wait till that's done. See, it says process. This may take a minute. Okay, you no longer see processing. It's all black on the right hand side of the screen. So what I want you to do is I want you to click on the jailbreak button. Okay, I'm going to be doing this in real time with you, so just go ahead and press the jailbreak button. Hopefully the system doesn't crash. If this happens, we have to keep retrying it. Okay, it looks like it's attempting to do it. It's going to take maybe about 30 seconds to jailbreak it, so I'm not going to pause the video. We'll stay on here together and see what happens. Feel free to, jog the video if you want. And if your system does crash when this happens, you just want to repeat the same process of going back into the user guide. And as you can see, it did load. So that's really cool. It loaded on the first try. This has a 90 to 95% success rate. So that's really good. I'll show you what to click on next. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to click on EtaHEN. This will get us into the jailbreak state where we can play games and also install software. So go ahead and press on this. And if it does crash, you're going to have to repeat the same process again. So don't touch anything on the controller. Make sure where the pop-up screens, you pay attention to them and make sure they don't say anything weird or the system crashes. If you're not sure if the system crashes or not, you'll want to just let it sit there for a minute. It's going to take a little bit longer in the beginning because it has to get all the information downloaded. I'll be back when this is done. Not sure how long this is going to take, okay? Okay, it did freeze. You no longer see the pointer, so just go ahead and turn the system off and we're going to repeat the process. So I'll be back in a second. Like, you can always tell if the system crashes if you press the home button on the PS5 controller and nothing happens. The system did crash. So just go ahead and hold the power button in, and that will turn the system off when this crashes like that. Don't be alarmed if you turn the system back on. It says rebuilding database or whatever. That's normal. That's what happened on the 4.51. So we're just going to go back and repeat the process. In case you forget how to relaunch Jailbreak, I'll show you again. What you want to do is you want to go into System, obviously make sure you're still connected to the network. Then you want to click on User Guide, then User Guide one more time. Then we're going to go ahead and repeat the process. If this pops up, just press yes, and that will reload everything. It also depends on your internet connection too. So you want to go ahead and click on that one. So see where it says cache up to date, we're all good. So you just want to click the jailbreak function. Sometimes this happens where it crashes, you have to keep repeating itself. So I'm going to get to the jailbreak process and I'll show you what to do next. Also, if you get this, don't worry about it. It's just because the system did a hard crash. Okay, I'm still having a problem where it's failing to run the case stuff. It keeps going into yellow, then it crashes. I'm going to try using Zeko's UMTX2 and see if it has any better results to it. So we'll work on this together. It's doing it fresh from start, so we're going to use his host and see if it works. So we're going to repeat the same process. Sorry the video is so long. I just want to do this in real time in case anybody's having any problems and it's not working. You know exactly what to do. So after it says processing, this may take a few minutes. Just don't touch anything. Let it sit there until it goes to where it says finished cached. Now we're going to try doing the jailbreak and see if it works. See where it says fail to access kickstart memory, retrying. I keep getting that message, so hopefully this works. I'll be back. Looks like the system just crashed, so we gotta keep retrying this until we get this to work. Okay, so go ahead and click on EtaHEN pre-release. We're using the Zeko's host. We're not using Itemzflow's host, so in case this looks different, so make sure that you use Zeko's if you're having a problem. We'll see if this works. Yeah, so this looks like this is offline or something. Alright, so we'll try using this one and see what happens. Yeah, system just crashed. Oh, nope, never mind, I don't know. We'll see. Be back. Yep, it crashed. Okay, it looks like it's loading. It crashed, it restarted itself automatically, and looks like it loaded, even though it said failed at the bottom. We might be in the jailbreak status, we might not be. We have to install an application anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to check. So we went into settings, and it says debug settings, and the debug settings are here for us to install software. So this might be a half broken jailbreak where even though it says the system's jailbroken, nothing will work, but it's showing it's working. Okay guys, after that's done, you want to go ahead and download my pack. In the description I've included some PKGs we have to install to get everything all set up from here, and I've also included the offline jailbreak so you don't need to be connected to the internet to do any of the jailbreaks. So I'll meet you on the desktop. Okay, now that we're on the desktop, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and download my pack. Okay, after you download my pack, in the description we're going to have more. These are the files that we're going to have, so I want you to copy and paste and put these files on the root of the flash drive. Do not put them in any folders, otherwise the files will not be able to recognize it. Make sure that your flash drive is in the exFAT format. If you're not sure what format of your drive is in, I will go ahead and I'll show you. When you plug your flash drive into the computer, you want to just click it once, right click, and press properties, and it will say what format's in, so make sure it's in exFAT. I believe FAT32 works, but I'm not really sure. Okay, now let's go back onto the PS5. Go ahead and plug your flash drive into the PS5, into the port. Okay, so after that's in the system, go into settings, then go all the way to the bottom, go to debug settings, then you want to click on game, then press OK, Then you want to go to package installer and see it shows the files. That's why I say you always put the files on the root of the flash drive. If you put the files inside of a folder, it will not show the files. The files have to be 100% on the root, otherwise they will not be read. So if you're not seeing this, make sure they're on the root. Just head back into the video. You just go ahead and press install all. This is Itemzflow, and also there are offline exploit hosts, so we don't need to be connected to the internet to jailbreak the system. As you can see, it's installing. This will make it much easier because you'll be using the cache just like in 4.50 exploit. Now we still need to be connected to the internet just in case we need to update Itemzflow. I believe that I'm on the latest version of Itemzflow. So it says it's ready to use, and as you can see, we'll go back into the menu. Now what we're going to do is we're going to perform 2 tests before we try any games. Okay, what I want you to do is if you press the up key on your D-pad, you click X for media. Over here it says UMTX2 jailbreak, so on and so forth. This is the offline host to jailbreak the system. We don't need to jailbreak it now because the system's already jailbroken, okay? Now we're gonna see if Itemzflow runs without a problem. I don't have any games set up yet, so we're just gonna open it up and see if there's any problems for the first time. Then I'm gonna show you how to jailbreak the system offline. As of right now, I am not connected to the internet. See, it says there's an error in the database, so just press OK. It's because I'm not connected to the internet. There's going to be no games list because I don't have anything. Now if you see these games on here, these are just like, you know, games that I bought when the system got released. And as you can see, Itemzflow is working. Okay, so we're just gonna press the PlayStation logo on the controller and we're gonna go home. Okay, now that we've installed Itemzflow and we've also installed our offline jailbreak, I'm gonna show you how to jailbreak the system offline so we don't need to go to the internet anymore. So what I want you to do is you can go into settings, then you can go into network. See, it says connection status. Even though it shows it's connected, I actually turned off the hotspot on my phone. So what you can do here is see where it's toggled. You can go ahead and turn that off, and that will be turned off. So what I want you to do is we're going to turn the system off, and I'm going to show you how to jailbreak it via offline. So just turn it off how you turn it off. Go to power, press the logo button on the controller, press power, and we're going to turn off the PS5. Then turn it back on. I'll meet you back on the dashboard. Okay, now we're going to try to jailbreak the system via offline, and we will check to make sure that we are disconnected from the network. As you can see, you are not connected to the network. So we're 100% in offline state mode. So you want to press the up key on your D-pad and you want to head over to the media tab here. And we're going to try running this and see what happens. Don't be alarmed if the system crashes or does a hard crash. This happens from time to time. So just press X on there. And see, it says offline. It just disappeared, but now we're offline, so it's good. So we're going to do this in real time and see what happens. If it keeps crashing, I'm not going to keep recording the system crashing. I had a couple of crashes. For me, it's very unstable right now. The 4.50 one's more stable in my opinion. I have 2 different consoles with 2 different systems, and as you can see, it is going through the process of doing it, and it looks like it successfully did it on the first try. So if you're having problems, just to recache everything, it might be my internet connection that's causing the problem when I first initialized the jailbreak, where it was crashing, where it wasn't working, because it kept saying that in the yellow screen, the code where it says KStuff cannot be run. It could be my bad internet connection. I wouldn't be surprised. If that happens, instead of using idle sauce's host, use the other host. I forget what it's called, K something or other, Zawa or something, I forget. Just use the other one. Just backtrack in the video if you're having problems on there. Now if you don't see the pre-release, it's because we're using the other host where it got the cache from. It shouldn't be a problem. I don't know if they really changed anything or not. Maybe a couple of games won't work here or there, but I'm not really sure with the pre-release. So we're just going to go ahead and run it, and if you want to go back and rerun it, you can just connect to the internet and go grab the pre-release. So you just want to click X on there, and we'll see if it loads. Just give it a second. It looks like the finger crashes sometimes, but you're able to move it. It all depends. Okay, we'll see what happens. Okay, it looks like it crashed, but I don't think it did. It says something went wrong. But as you can see, there's no, let's see here. We'll try launching the, as you can see, it's not jailbroken. It has to load again. Do you see how it's loading? It's like it's catching up. My other system does this too, where it will say, where it will show a lock and you can't access the application, but then it unlocks itself. And as you can see, we're able to get into Itemzflow. So that is working. And if you're worried about using the beta, you just need to go back to the user's guides and connect to the internet. I was having a problem. Basically how it works is, I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to show you how this works, this UTMX. It grabs the cache. So we have to go into settings. I'm just showing you something. This might not connect since I'm offline. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab my phone. Okay, what I wanted to show you was, this guide is like so long, but I'm going over everything in detail. I'm not making just a quick guide to say, oh, it works 100% perfectly. Then you're wondering why nothing's working, because everybody cuts out all the good information that you need to know. Before, I was having a problem running Itemzflow's UMTX2. Wasn't working at all. Might be me, because of my internet connection. So I was using Zeko's host and it was working on here. So like how this information works with using that shortcut on the desktop, where you don't need to I'm sorry, not the desktop, where you don't need to be connected to the internet, using this like little UMTX2 jailbreak offline host. It gets all the information from when you previously jailbroken the system and it connects it to here. It copies the cache of the system. So if you needed to update something later on in the future, you would have to actually re-jailbreak the system through the user guide, and that would have the information that you would need. So if something were to get updated, another EtaHEN version comes out, or so on or so forth. So I just wanted to show you that. Okay, wherever you get your games from, you need to make sure that you extract the archive. After you extract the archive, it will say .rar, .rar, however you want to pronounce it. For example, you'll get a folder like this and it'll have all these files. And that's correct. Some of the games will run off of the hard drive, some of the games will run only off of the internal hard drive, or some games will only run off of the USB. There's really no compatibility list at the moment right now that I could find. Maybe there's one floating around. I'll keep looking around, but it's a hit or miss. So I always recommend playing them off the hard drive, and if the games don't work, then you have to actually copy them onto the internal hard drive to get the games to work. So I'm just giving you that, and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, I'm going to try a small game, a game that I've never tried before, and if that doesn't work, I will show you a game that I know that works for 100%, but it's an extremely large game. So what you want to do is you want to grab your game and make sure that when you extract your archive here, see the name of the title? It's inside of a folder. Then it has all these files. You need to make sure that you grab this folder here, okay? It's important that you grab that, and you want to put it on the root of your USB hard drive. Okay, I was in a loop, sorry about that. Okay, see, this is the root of my hard drive right now. The game has to be on the root so we're able to install it easily or play it easily. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Like I said before, I've never tried this before. It's a small game. I don't want to be here all day making this guide. So if this doesn't work, I'm going to show you a game that I know 100% works. So after that's on the hard drive, disconnect the hard drive, and I'll meet you on the PS5, then plug your hard drive into the PS5. Okay, after the system's jailbroken, we just got done putting the game on the hard drive. So I'm not going to re-jailbreak the systems or jailbroken. So what I want you to do is I want you to open up Itemzflow. And we're going to open that up. Make sure you go ahead. It doesn't matter when. You make sure you plug your hard drive into the PS5. When plugging the hard drive into the PS5, make sure you use the back port. It has the faster USB ports in the back than in the front, just like on a computer. I want you to open up the PS5 app. Press X on that. Now we're going to change the path. So use the D-pad on your controller and head over to where it says change path. So you make sure you're on this box. Go ahead and press X on the change app path. You're going to get into this menu. Just to go over something so you don't get confused, on the right hand side where it says MNT/USB 0, that's either our hard drive or our flash drive. And on the left hand side where it says 23 items over there where it says ADM and app, so on and so forth, that's the internal drive of the PS5. So just to give you the lowdown. What we're going to do is we're going to try to run the game off the hard drive, and if that doesn't work then we'll run it on the internal, but I'll show you how to do it either way, so don't worry about it. Okay, what I want you to do on the controller, press R1. That's going to take us to the right hand side. Then if you press L1 it takes you to this side. So always remember, right is your USB drive and L is your internal drive. I'm using the triggers on the controller. Okay, so we're going to go to this, and then what I want you to do on your game title is go ahead and press square. Then what I want you to do is use a D-pad where it says launch, and go ahead and press X. We're going to launch it and see if it works. Like I said, I never tried this game out before, so I don't know if it's going to work or not. Okay, looks like it worked. Very cool. So we'll just go to the title screen here and we'll see. Okay, and as you can see, it does work. This is just a demo. I didn't want to have to drag over a 100 gigabyte file. Now what we're going to do is I'm not going to do anything here. As you can see, everything is working. We're going to press the PlayStation logo on the home controller and we're going to go home. And as you can see, it says FG, which means, you know what that means, an abandoned real-time exploration. This is just a demo. I don't think this game even came out. Now I'm going to show you how to actually copy the game to your internal hard drive. Now please keep in mind, if the game runs off your USB drive, but then you copy it to your internal drive and it's not working, that's just the name of the game. So some games will run on the internal hard drive, some games will run on only the USB, or vice versa. It all depends. Like I said, you can Google a compatibility list. The lists that I have are all out to date. Like they're like over like a year old. So what I want you to do is I want you to go back into Itemzflow over here, and we're going to copy this to the internal hard drive to see if it if you're able to, if it works or whatever. But I'm just going to show you so you learn how to do it. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to copy the game from the USB hard drive or flash drive to the internal hard drive. We want to go back to our title. We just launched this. We want to click remove virtual app. Then we're going to exit out of the application. I just want to make sure everything's all cleared out so you don't run into any problems yourself. Here, we exit out of the application. Now reopen up Itemzflow. Sorry about that. So go back to the home screen, press close. I want to do this fresh so you don't run into any problems. Okay, so after you close it out by pressing the 3 buttons on the controller, I want you to reopen up the application. Okay, press X on the PS5 app where it says change app path. Go ahead and press X on that. Now you're going to go to your game over here. So press the R1 button. Then where it says the name of the game you want to use, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and press the square folder. I'm sorry, press the square button. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Okay. Now what I want you to do on this section here of the game, see it says copy app folder? I want you to press X on that. That's going to put it on the clipboard. Then go ahead and make sure that you're on the left side. That's your internal hard drive. If you're not over there, just press L1 on the controller. Okay, now I want you to go down a couple notches until you press data. Until you get to the data folder. Then go ahead and press square on the data folder. And that will copy it from the hard drive. It will copy this from the USB flash drive or thumbstick to the actual internal drive. Then we're going to go ahead and try to launch it. So I'll be back when this is done. Okay, it copied over to the internal hard drive. Now we're going to test the game and see if it works. Okay, we're going to back out of everything. So now we're back on the screen. That automatically took me here. Go ahead and press the back button. Go ahead and unplug the hard drive. After you unplug the hard drive, what I want you to do is press triangle to reload the apps. That's going to kind of do its thing here. Okay, after you did that, it's showing some old files that are on here. See where it says abandoned, it says not found. So what I want you to do is just press X on there and press remove virtual app. That's just the old, what's it called? Like the old history from the hard drive. Okay, we just got done with the abandoned game and we clicked the remove virtual app to get rid of that history. What I want you to do is I want you to close out of Itemzflow. So just press the home button on your controller and go here and press the right button with the three little underlines on it to close the application. And we're going to close the game. So we're doing this to remove all history to avoid any errors or conflicts when we go to launch the game from the internal hard drive itself. So go ahead and open Itemzflow. You have to do this for every game that you install. So just bear that in mind. Okay, I want you to open up the PS5 app. Go to change app path. Then what you do is on the data section over here, just press X, then press square, then press launch, and this will launch you into the game. So yeah, do keep that in mind every time that you install a game, that you have to go through this like process of installing games. Hopefully there's an easier way down the road that where we don't have to go through all this nonsense, but it is what it is. Anyway guys, that's it for this tutorial. Like and subscribe to Fox. I'm sorry this was a long tutorial, but I wanted to show you everything from start to finish. In the beginning of the video, if you couldn't get this far with using the DNS numbers, like I told you before, I'm going to show you how to use the DNS numbers so that you don't run into a problem like before. The DNS numbers don't work and you need to use the offline exploit host where you have to go through the Sony page and click on all the other stuff. I'm going to show you how to do that now. So I'm putting it at the end of the video, just like I said before. So anyway guys, that's it. Thank you. The other backdoor, it's not working for the user guys page anymore. It crashed and I had to reset the system, so we're going to do it the other method to get the Spectre's exploit method up and running. Go all the way to the bottom of the page and we're going to press on PlayStation System Software. We have to go all the way to the middle of the page and we're going to see a YouTube video. We're going to go ahead and press X on that YouTube video icon, so give that a second. Okay, we're going to go ahead and press the sign in button. Don't sign into anything. Now we're going to go click on the privacy link right here. Go ahead and press the Google logo in the top left hand corner. Then we're going all the way to the bottom of the page. Right down there you can see it says Google, so go ahead and click on that. Okay, now we type in the website.